Oops. This is hilarious. This is obviously a very postponed reading from yesterday. I did not mean to do that. Anybody that was waiting for me yesterday for this reading, my apologies. Something kind of unexpected happened last night, and it wasn't a good unexpected, put it that way. So, whatever, it is what it is. Happy New Year. You almost blew my candle out. Whoopsies. All right, we're going to kind of bring in kind of like a little bit of quick message for everybody, all right? We're going to start with Aries. Aries, rah, rah, rah. Let's do this. What is coming in for New Year's? Oh, who's that? Is that Heather? What's going on, Heather? We're starting the New Year's. What's coming your way? Readings, finally. We're getting cards for Aries right now. What's coming in for Aries? Ooh, all right. I feel like Aries is going to get serious in this new year. I feel like kind of seems like Aries maybe wants to meditate a little bit more and become more connected with themselves. Like it's like maturing, right? It's I mean, Aries is the youngest sign of the Zodiac, and I feel like maybe sometimes people feel forbidden to cross the threshold of being an adult, right? So people think like, oh, I'm never going to do that. I'm never going to do that. But now someone's feeling like, I'm feeling like Aries is like, they want to not be so immature, I think. You know, this could be a young person moving into an older person role, you know, kind of thing. Like somebody wants to mature. So Aries, it's like, your message today is for your new year, maturing energy coming in that you can already see coming. And you think that like this kind of life is almost forbidden for you. Like you can't have the house with the garden out front and have the dog. It's like maybe somebody feels like they can't have that, right? They can see it, but they feel like it's only ever a dream. It's never going to be reality. They're never going to be able to step into their big boy shoes. So now they're meditating in this way where they're maturing how they think, feel, play, right? And learning that leaving the playfulness of things to the side and being more adult, right? It's like we all can have fun and play around at the right time. Right. And a lot of people feel like they can do that all the time. And when they have to step it up, they really don't want to. So now it's like, I feel like Aries or somebody, anyways, is evolving. So then they mature more, which is awesome. It's like, that's almost the perfect New Year's resolution, honestly, is to grow up, is to be like, I'm finally going to be an adult. And I'm going to meditate on this because I know that I've seen this type of future for myself and I can't act like a little kid anymore. You know, I have to grow up. I have to mature. You know, some people just all of a sudden wake up and they're like, all right, let's do this. Let's mature, people. Who else is there? Hey, loving it. Happy New Year. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. I cannot help but sing the McDonald's theme song when I see your name. Loving it. Honestly, I can't help it. Look at this. What the fuck? We go from Aries to Taurus. All right, so now we're on Taurus right now. It looks like for Taurus, the new year is going to bring out a liar. Ooh, lover in reverse. Somebody, liar's there again. Look at that with bully and gaslight. Are you there? With fight or flight. You're welcome. And then we got accidents with time is up. So Taurus, or the Taurian energy, is uncovering, I almost want to say like a pathological liar. Okay, somebody that, okay, have you ever seen Fatal Attraction? That's what I'm getting. Okay, Fatal Attraction. I'm getting somebody has the hots for you. And it's to the point where these so-called feelings have turned on this person. So they, you know what I just heard? They could have convinced themselves that you are a monster. Okay? And they've gaslighted who you are altogether. This person acts like you are not there. And when you are there, they like throw really awful energy at you. This person is a bully. You have a bully around you. There's a bully. Okay. I made this card with my stepmother's energy, basically. Okay. With my stepmother's energy, because my stepmother is one of the biggest yet most camouflaged monster in my life / bully, because she treats everybody way differently than she's ever treated me, right? It's like she just saves everything for me. Like she's convinced herself over the years that I'm the monster, that somehow I destroyed her precious fucking life, even though nothing has ever happened to her precious little life. So I don't know what the fuck she thinks I've destroyed on her, but I made that card because of her. So I feel like there's somebody around Taurus that you either want to fight all the time or get away from. And that person is going to have an accident. There's the poison card. And you know what I just heard when it dropped? Alcohol poisoning. This person's going to have an accident with alcohol poisoning. Yeah, you have somebody that's toxically attached to your energy. Like this person is fucking obsessed with you. And that's, I don't like obsession. You know, like obsession never does anybody good. It makes the situation very toxic, because when somebody is obsessed with you, that means they can't control their energy around you. And oh man, this person is going to get something back that they, okay, so whatever this is I'm picking up for Taurus, somebody is, they're a fucking idiot, for one, okay, they're an idiot, okay, and something is going to get shattered, and it's almost as if people are going to figure it out. Like it's on time for this person to accidentally almost die. It's on time. And actually, you know what? A couple years ago, I went to an I, Mother Earth show, concert on New Year's Eve in Oshawa, actually, at the time. It was awesome. And we were outside, and this guy that I knew from the past just came up and started talking to me about how he's almost died a few times. And I'm like, what the fuck? Like I knew him for years. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about, Chris? How did you almost die? And he tells this story about this work party that he went to, and somebody slipped a roofie in his drink, or they put something in his drink, and his heart stopped immediately because he was allergic to it. So he died. And luckily, it actually happened, I think, at the place where we were partying. Oh my God, did it actually? Because I think the place that I Mother Earth was playing changed bars quite a few times, right? It was always kind of a concert hall, but it had changed names and owners a few times. And I think that he was, because this guy was security. He did security for years and years and years. And I'm pretty sure he was talking about a party there. And what was fucked up about it is what he said was the year before at their Christmas party, his heart stopped. He got alcohol poisoning or something like that, and his heart stopped, and he got rushed to the hospital, and his heart almost exploded. And I was like, so you're telling me 2 years in a row you almost died at a Christmas party? And he was like, yeah. And I don't even know why he told me the story. I didn't ask him. I wasn't like, hey, how's your life been? I was like, it was New Year's Eve. It was in between sets. Edwin was backstage, and we were outside having a smoke. I'm pretty sure I was smoking fucking weed. And he just came out of nowhere, and we only had 5 minutes to talk. And in this 5 minutes, he told me how he almost died at a work party fucking twice, where one of his staff members actually drugged him. He was sober. He was drinking Sprite. And this guy, he went sober because of the year before almost dying. So it was almost like the staff member knew that he was sober and put something in his drink as soon as he turned his back. Oh, no. I'm almost getting this differently now that, be very careful. This is almost kind of a warning. If you go out, because I'm drinking a mimosa right now. I just happen to be drinking a mimosa right now. I feel like if you're going to go out in the holiday season, please be careful with your drinks. You can't just leave them. This isn't 1990 anymore, okay? You have to leave your drink with an attendee, okay? Your friend, not the one who works there, not the one who gets paid to be there, not some stranger. You have to be watching your drinks, okay? Because I feel like this is going to go both ways. I feel like somebody could either drug you, okay, or they're lined up to overdrink themselves. And they've been told to stop, told to back off, told to stop drinking, and they don't. Right? Because it's almost like this is like an event where this person's watching you, or they're in the same event as you, and they're staring at you, and they're getting drunker and drunker and drunker, which is making it worse and worse and worse and worse and worse to be looking at you. And it breaks something because this person is so stupid, and this is so inappropriate what they're doing and how they're bullying you, because it's almost like it's love in reverse. It's you either didn't take their offer, or they wanted to date you and you didn't want to, or they thought they could fuck around with you, or they just don't know how to deal with their feelings. Basically, plain and simple. That's a pretty creepy reading, I'm not gonna lie, Taurus. This is, look at what's on the bottom of the deck. 911 emergency. I would say that that's emergency for sure. That doesn't seem like positive energy, Taurus, so be very careful. All right, now we're going to Gemini. Oh, Gemini. Let's see what's happening. Some people's in the chat. How is everybody doing? Happy New Year. Happy New Year. Happy New Year. Happy New Year. Any super chats will get a personal reading, obviously. Just automatically just say that. Gemini. Hunger in reverse. Ooh, Gemini. This is kind of cool. So I feel like something big is going to happen for Gemini. We've got King Kong, wonder of the world, people. All right, something big is coming. And hunger in reverse. It's something that is, I want to say, safe for you. It's not dangerous. Okay. If you've been asking for help, so shall it be. Okay. I feel like nice, dreamy priest is going to come in and ease all your sorrows. Okay. And then we have book with children of the night. So I don't know if maybe some people are going back to school to help children, right? There's that early education, daycare. Maybe you're going to be taking care of kids or something like that. Children of the night. I feel like it might be a little complicated right now. Okay, somebody might be trying to work out the fine print on how they're going to make this happen, but somebody wants a change, right? And they want to be taken out of one element and put into another. All right, I feel like somebody wants to make more money. Somebody's hungry to either help or to get some help. Okay, and help is on its way. But we've got this book. So I feel like, I don't know if maybe you're going to be learning something new. Like I still hear ECE, like early childhood education. Someone's scared. They're scared of something. Maybe you're scared to go back to school. Maybe you're scared that you won't get the help that you need. If you do go to school, that you won't be able to do it, or that your kids are going to need you too much. Like I do see something with kids. Like maybe you think that you won't be able to. Let me tell you, a lot of school online. And you've got online teachers that are right there. They clock in just like a 9 to 5 and they fucking talk to you the entire time. I actually had this one lady. They give so many grants now to people that want to go back to school, especially in Canada. This one lady was like, she did her school because she had to work during the day and she had kids. She picked her hours. So she went to school from like 5 to 9 at night and she only did it online. And her professor was right there. Like she just like, it was like an open classroom basically, but on a computer. And she was in her first year or something like that. And basically had all of her bills paid for her. Like that's what they're doing a lot now is setting up people so then they can get the education that they need. And there are so many jobs that are needed and people can't afford school that they can't go and get this education because they can't afford it and they can't afford to get loans. Who the fuck can afford to get loans these days? Like this one idiot the other day I was talking to, he had this whole fucking wallet full of credit cards. And he's like, well, if you just run out of credit in one bank, you just go to another bank and they'll give you a credit card. And then you go to another bank and get a credit card there. And I'm like, why would you do, like, you have to pay all that back, right? Like, how are you going to pay that back? Like, were you going to just all of a sudden claim bankruptcy or something? Like, are you crazy? You have like 10 credit cards? Who the fuck has 10 credit cards? And like, all of them are useless, he said. None of them he could use. They were all maxed out. He looked like he was 30. Like, that can't be right. Like, so maybe somebody feels like they're not going to be able to do this because they're not going to have the support that they need. But let me tell you, there's a lot of help out there. And if you're like a single mother or something like that, and you want to get back into school and you need help, start calling around. Honestly, start calling around. Especially if you have kids. Holy crap. I know a guy right now who, I swear to God, he just found out that him and his girlfriend are having a kid, okay? And I already heard him say in his head, oh, the write-offs, you wouldn't believe. Because he's in accounting. He's in accounting school. He's already thinking about how many things he can write off with his kids. Already. The kid's not even here yet. Like, I was like, I don't even want to talk to you about this. Like, I'm going to throw up because you're already thinking about ways to turn your child into some type of tax profit. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Like, already. Okay. Was that Gemini? Oh, God, I'm already getting confused. What did we do? We did Taurus. And then we did Gemini. Oh, we did Aries first. Did we? Was that just Gemini right there? Or was that... Oh, no, I only did 2 decks. No, that was the 3rd deck. Okay, all right. So we're officially on to Cancer now. Here we go, Cancer. I'm going to have to go by decks. All right, what is coming in for Cancer? Hello, everybody. Happy New Year. Okay, so Cancer, what I'm getting is, I feel like something is going to be restored in your life. There's something that needs to be healed in your life, and something with your family has to be healed. And I believe, ooh, nice. I believe that's right where you are heading. All right, into some type of land where you got vision twice here. Like, the thing is that I think whatever is going to be resurrected in your life, whatever is going to be restored, okay, if something's been shattered or something like that and you don't see it coming, it could be a relationship, it could be a job, it could be a family member, or some type of, like, not necessarily sexual relationship, but something that's a family relationship or family dynamic. The world is saying that there's a lot of things here that you can't see, right? I think someone might hide some feelings from you about how they feel about a situation, but they hide these feelings so then they can fix the relationship, and then they'll deal with their feelings as they go. Okay, that's what I feel like they're going to end up doing. Whoever it is that wants to restore something with you, this is the gateway. Like, this is supposed to happen, okay? Remember, take what resonates, leave what doesn't, all right? This is the gateway to them opening up, right? Like this relationship comes back for balance. And even though somebody doesn't technically know how they feel about it, right? It's meant to be healed. Okay. And I think that there's a lot of magic that's going to happen with this resurrection, right? You may not have ever thought that something could come back to life like that, but trust me, things do come back to life. All right. So when this vision comes, or when this gateway comes, or when this relationship comes back around, try to remember, if this is you, that there are going to be things in that relationship that you don't understand. And there are going to be parts of this person that you don't understand. But the whole point of it is that the energy restores itself, right? The gateway gets open, and then it's almost so then you can bring silence back to you, right? It's in relationships. Don't you find that some of the best relationships you can just sit quietly in? You really don't have to say anything. You really don't have to talk that much. It's just like, hi, we're just in each other's energy. It's like kind of like that. It's going to be a very silent, quiet relationship, but that's the gateway to open up, because I think somebody doesn't know necessarily how they feel about you, right? And if they don't know how they feel about you, then at least they're opening up the door to it. At least they're going to try. And at this point in time, as long as somebody is willing to try something from the past that you want restored, at least it's that, right? You'll know if they mean it or not pretty quickly, right? Like, you know when people try in relationships and when they don't, right? Like, that's the thing. So. Okay, here we go. Leo, 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 Leo. What's coming in? What's happening? Hey, Breezy. Happy New Year. Oh, sweet. Good to know, Heather. Oh, Leo, Leo, Leo. What is coming in for Leo today? Let's see. Well, coming in for the new year. What's coming in for the new year? Whoa. Okay, Leo. This is a little bit of a weirder message. It seems like the boat has come to take somebody away from something. A situation is ending. Okay, we got the Grim Reaper right after it. Done. Dunskies. And it's because the universe wants you to heal. You know, the universe wants you to get away from this situation and focus on yourself and focus on your self-worth and separate from something. I just heard toxic energy, right? And then there's the coffin, right? Endings that bring new beginnings, and then soulmates. This was a soul contract that you obviously had with somebody, and it's coming to an end. So Leo, the way that this is kind of coming out is the universe wants you to transform your life. Okay, that you will receive what you need. Okay, so if this is like you need to liberate yourself from something, all right, and you might be unsure of it. You may not know if this is the right move for you, but it's the move that's going to liberate you, right? And somebody needs, obviously, liberation from this contract, from this agreement. So that's kind of like, honestly, I'm just going to leave that as a quick message for Leo and end that. Now we're going to do Virgo. Virgo. All right, I'm not actually tired. I'm just, actually, you know what it is? It's getting hot. That's what it is. I'm getting sleepy because the heater's going. Woo-wee. Okay, Virgo. What's coming in for early 2024 for Virgo? Woo! Looks like somebody might be a little defensive, that somebody kind of might start a fight with you. The thing is that you come out of it, okay? A friend or a foe might start a fight with you, okay? And the reason why they start a fight with you, okay, is because I think your walls are down. Like you might, there might be somebody around you that thinks that it's all loosey-goosey to talk to you or something like that, or like you won't do anything, or you won't freak out on them, something like that. And somebody also might think that you're a lying piece of shit, and they might try to fight you on that alone, and trying to say that they are fighting you because they love you. You know, they're fighting you because they know what's best for everybody, but really they're fighting you because they're trying to get something from you. They're trying to get you to turn your back so then you don't notice that they're coming back and hitting you from behind, right? Somebody doesn't want you to notice that. So it's almost like they're being tricked into doing this to you. It's like something's like listening to them. It's like tricking them into thinking that this is a good fight to start with you, and it's not. It's only going to end victoriously for you, right? You're the one that holds the 6 of Wands after the whole thing, not them. Like there's a lot of tension going on out there, okay? There's Magician in reverse. This person is, whoever this is, they don't know magic. And whatever they think they do know is so in reverse that everything that they touch, everything that they try to grow, is all in reverse. It's all tainted. It's all dark. It's all a lie, right? So fighting you, oh my God, the high priestess, okay, who already knows dark and light, okay, upon sitting in thy energy, okay? And it's like you completely block this person out. It's this last one. You completely block this person out, leaving them with nothing, right? Because when people want to fight you, that's what they want to do. They want to fight you. They want to get your energy going. They want to try to start something with you. They want to shake the ground. They want to perform what earthquakes do, right? Because honestly, sometimes people just see vulnerable people and they know they can fuck with them, right? Nasty, gnarly energies that you seem to be blocking. You seem to not even see these energies around you anymore. And that's the victory of it, right? Is not even giving this person your attention, just completely walking away from it. Like, I'm sorry, I don't have to talk to you about anything. You're not God, the last I checked, right? And so why, and you're not myself. So why do I have to answer to you in any sort of way, let alone fight you when I know that you're hitting me from behind? Somebody really wants to hit you from behind as if you won't notice. And then they might act in public like they like you, but they're trying to get you down. They're trying to break your walls. You know, they're trying to take something when you turn around and walk the other way, right? They're trying to almost like gain your trust. So then you leave your money with them, right? Or so then they can get everything that's left over after the harvest. You know, they're the ones that come in and pick all the so-called good pieces off the ground, right? It's bottom feeders. So, Virgo, it kind of looks like you've got some type of like almost parasitic energy around you that's trying to wait for the opportunity to take something from you. So be on guard for that, man. This reading is like really uncovering a lot of shady fucking people all of a sudden, eh? mean, usually we don't do these. I don't do these types of readings, like bring in this much energy, but hot damn, like this is a lot of like awful energy. Okay, now we're going to, we just did Virgo. So now we're going to Libra. Libra. What is happening for Libra? The world in reverse. Cycle is coming to an end that maybe somebody can't see. Whoa. Yeah, literally. It's like a relationship is coming to an end that somebody can't see, but they're happy about. Oh. Okay. Well, what's this? Wheel of Fortune. So look at this. The Two of Potions in reverse. Then we've got the World in reverse. And then we have the King of Potions. So it looks like 2 becomes 1. And look, we've got the Sun under the deck here. With the Hierophant in reverse with Judgment. And then we've got the Hangman in reverse as well. So somebody is getting out of something, okay? They're getting out of something, and it's like, oh my God, you know what I just heard? It's like, yeah, possibly like someone's like getting a divorce or something like that, and they're getting out of a contract, and they feel really good about it. It's not something that they're going to advertise. It's not something that they're going to walk around and tell people. Okay, that's why it's the Hierophant in reverse. It's that guy who announces everything. Okay. It's in reverse because they're not going around telling everybody, okay, that this is what happens, or you're not going to be going around telling everybody that, like, listen, by the way, I just got separated. Like, that's not something that you go around maybe telling people. And it's the Five of Potions in reverse. So I do feel like somebody's not exactly upset about it. They're not happy, but they're not sad. You know, they're kind of just like, this is okay with me. Like, I'm okay with this ending, you know? I'm okay with this wheel turning, because now they have their sights set on something else. Like, now I feel like with this separation from somebody, okay, it's like the world opens up a different door for you, and you never thought that was possible because you were always in with this person, right? So it's almost like somebody's going to kind of like be dropped down the wormhole, or down like the portal, and they don't know where they're going to end up because now they're single energy. Something's not holding on to them anymore. And now that they're not holding on to them anymore, they've got their own feelings to think about. They've got their own potion to drink. You know, they've got their own words to kind of, it's like they've got their own life to live. And they don't have to answer to anybody anymore. They don't, right? They don't have to get drunk, depressed by themselves anymore, right? Because of the energy that they chose to be in, right? A lot of people make mistakes and then they don't get out of them. They just make the mistake even worse and worse and worse, not anticipating that the other person's going to end up pulling out. Like, when somebody pulls out of a relationship, the other person will most likely start sleeping with somebody else, right? Because they need that emotional support from somebody. And if they're not going to get it, then they'll just find somebody else, right? They'll naturally move towards and gravitate a different energy if you reject them, right? And no matter what kind of relationship you're in, right? Some people will cross the line, other people's won't, right? It's one of those things. Like I'm not saying that somebody cheated on somebody, but I definitely can feel that like their energy was starting to go somewhere else. And that's because a relationship is over. So now it's like they just didn't know that they were able to do what they were allowed to do because they've always been hanging in this depressive energy. They didn't know that they could hang in a different energy, right? Some people don't know that how much their life can change and how they can go from bad to good. Like they might have been evil in the past because of this relationship and because of what they were holding on to, right? Kind of made them evil on the outside. But now I don't really think they're evil on the outside anymore. All right, Scorpio. How are we at? 41 minutes? Now, I like this. All right, here we go, Scorpio. What does the universe got to say for you for incoming 2024? Okay, what I'm seeing, Scorpio, is that I feel like you're being called to focus on the difference between when you can play around and when you have to be focused. Okay, so something might be transforming for Scorpio in a way that they are figuring out how to play two roles in one, right? It's hard to, especially like if this has to do with work or something, it's hard when everybody is fooling around to not fool around, right? It's hard to focus in when nobody else is, right? Like many times I walk into these stores and these kids are just supposed to be stocking shelves, but they're just standing there talking to one another, And I'm thinking to myself, like, fuck, is that the Tylenol in that box that this kid just won't unbox because I really need it? And it's just sitting there right where the Tylenol is, but it's in a box and I can't get to it. And I can't ask him, hey, is this a Tylenol? Because I really like you to open up the box and put it on the shelf so I can buy it. But instead, you want to talk about school and how you really don't want to work because of how much you're in school. So, like, honestly, oh my God. Some people, they have to learn the difference of when you're working and when you can joke around, right? Because somebody has to focus on a new start, right? And be loyal to themselves. Like, this is almost like if you have like maybe a business that's going down, like maybe a home business or something like that, but you have a 9-to-5. The universe is like, you have to focus and you have to be loyal to yourself. Maybe someone's not being loyal to themselves, right? Or they're not being loyal to the project, right? And they're playing around too much when they need to be focusing in on the job at hand, right? Like, you wouldn't believe fucking how many times these kids at work are just sitting on their phones while they're getting paid, right? I don't know that kind of life. I don't know what it's like to just sit on your phone while getting paid and not get in trouble from your bosses. So I just don't sit on my phone. I actually do work while I'm at work, surprisingly, right? Some may differ and tell you I don't, but let me tell you, I'm actually working while I'm working, right? Because I'm focused in. I know it's not playtime, it's work time, right? So if you've got like a side hustle or a side project, the universe is like, please try to focus in a little bit more on that and leave the playtime for the playtime hours and do the work during the daytime hours, right? It's like somebody almost needs to prioritize. That's what I'm getting, Scorpio. Prioritization is everything for 2024. That's what I'm getting for you, which is good, which means that you're going to focus on getting something off the ground in the new year, which is awesome. Good for you. All right, Sagittarius. Woo! I already like this. Oh my God. Look at this. The fear card in reverse. Okay, so I'm already digging it. I'm like, all right, somebody's not scared. Then we got scissors, even better. Okay, so not as somebody not scared, but they're not scared of cutting something out. Okay, and then look at this, a thief. So somebody now is not scared to cut a thief out. Okay. Oh, look at that. They've got the green light to go, 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 go. Compass. So they're headed straight for a new direction with letting fear go. Okay. Fear is just, fear is there. So then we know where the danger lies. Okay. Special Agent Fox Mulder is on the scene, okay, to explain the unexplainable, which means just because you can't see a thief doesn't mean a thief isn't there. Just because somebody looks like they're a great person or they act like a great person doesn't mean that they're not siphoning off the top. Okay, so I feel like somebody is stealing. Okay, they might not even be stealing from you. They might be stealing from your work. They might be stealing from your old age pension. Okay, this might be an accountant, right? Somebody is stealing from you. And now someone's not scared anymore to go ahead and choose a new direction away from them, right? Because it's really hard to determine who the one is that's stealing in order to make money for themselves. Like, what is this person stealing? What has this thief stolen? No, well, from the looks of it, I think they've stolen your energy. Because when I said, was it money they stole? I got no. Okay. And then we got the Warlock card with the back off card. So I think, to be honest, I think somebody was stealing your masculine energy and like turning you into a bitch, basically. Okay, trying to hurt you in some way, trying to get you into feminine energy so then you would panic and break a connection. Like, so if you've had recently something happen at work or possibly with your friends or something, right? Okay, there we go right there. So we got hearth and home, okay, and we got exit. So if you've been wanting to like quickly make a getaway from something, right? Whether it's someone or something that gets into your energy all of a sudden and you just want to run away, it's because they're siphoning off of you. So you get that, oh my God, I can't be near that person. I have to get away from this person, because every time they get around you, they're trying to hurt you physically. Okay. They're trying to take stuff away from you. They're trying to get you kind of off your path and give them everything. Okay. And the thing is that they've been warned to back off. They've been warned to back off. They've been told to back off. They've been told that the more and more they take from you, the more it's going to ruin the relationship, and they don't care. Okay. They're basically, if your skin was made of gold, okay, and they kept ripping pieces off your skin and you kept going, I can't grow back new skin. Like, you're exposing my flesh. And they're just like, so, and they just keep ripping it off. It's like that. Like they were told not to do something, right? And you've had this fear this whole time of like, well, I can't just tell this person to leave. Like I hired them, or I can't just not work with them, or I can't unbirth them, or, you know, like make them go away. They're there to stay. It's like you're no longer going to be scared to cut this off and get back what has been stolen from you from this person. So it's like, it's almost like Sagittarius, no wonder, is like they're using their bow and arrow and they're purposely shooting it at people now that are fucking with their energy. Because we've got vampire suckers, energy suckers, and blood suckers out there, and they don't care about anybody but themselves. They want their fill up, right? They want their amuse-bouche along with their appetizer and full meal and then salad and dessert, okay? They want everything that they can take because that's what a thief does. They don't care. They're not there to leave scraps. They want everything gone. And I think somebody was really scared to leave this person maybe, or to get away from them, right? Like they were going to give this person a bad name or something like that. But now the universe is like, you know, there has been some type of cover up around you regarding this person who has been siphoning. So they have to be called out for what they have been doing because they've been told to stop and they won't. Those are the number one people that are the most vicious, as the ones that have been warned to stop, right? And they won't. No matter what they do, no matter what you try to offer them, they're going to keep coming at you, and they're going to keep coming at you and coming at you. So now it seems like Sagittarius has figured out a way to get these energies away from them. So good for you, Sagittarius. Keep up the good fight, all right? Because it is a daily fight. Okay. Now let's do Capricorn. Capricorn. What is coming for Capricorn? Let go. Ooh, Capricorn. All right. Someone needs to let go of hiding something. Like maybe hiding themselves. It's already happened. Like, and look at these cards. Look at kind of the color difference in them, right? Where you've got this like dark energy here that goes into this light energy that technically is the energy down here that kind of starts into the card. It's almost like they should go kind of like this, right? Where you go out of the darkness into that same light, right? Into a different frequency. And then we've got it's already happened. So something has already happened in another dimension. It's going to play through here. Oh my gosh, and look at the big old aortic pump on the bottom there. Blueprint. Unconditional love. Oh, there's the vision card. With the alignment card and the key. So the key to this unconditional love is to perfectly align with this. Okay, so what I'm seeing is I think somebody is coming into Capricorn's life, okay, that is perfectly on schedule to arrive, okay? This person is on schedule to arrive. The only way you can meet them is if you come out of solitude. So there's this sense of letting go and just enjoying the fun, enjoying the party. And that's where this unconditional love comes from, because it's already happened. You've already met this person. And once you cross paths with them again, that's the key to everything. Okay. So I see like magic is aligning. Somebody has seen this coming, or they're going to have some type of prophecy of somebody coming into their life. And then they're going to know, okay, I've got to go out today and I've got to do this because I have a feeling I'm going to meet somebody. Right. It's something like that. It's like at the spare second or the spare moment, you decide to go to the coffee shop or go to yoga or go to the gym, and you happen to cross paths with somebody that has unconditional love for you. So this could be somebody who is from a past life. I almost feel if it's a past life, there's channel. You could have been an animal with this person. Honestly, like, you know, a lot of animals mate for life. They leave each other because somebody got wrinkles. Channel and accountability. So there's vision again with restoration. So I do feel like, okay, so what I'm getting is somebody is going to have a huge vision. All right. And it's honestly kind of like a prophecy. Like you were like, okay, well, I already saw you coming. It's like you see something coming a mile away almost. Like clarity, like crystal clear. You can see this person coming from a mile away. It's obviously the energy that they give off. You already know that they're there. It's like there might be somebody, you know, who comes into your work or is in your neighborhood or something that you can already sense is there. And then you come around the corner and you're like, oh, I knew somebody was around, right? It's like, it's that kind of energy that I'm getting. It's already happened before, which means I think you guys have already been together before, which is why we've got channeling. It's like you're channeling each other. But you have to, you're the ones that have to get there. You have to take accountability. Once you see the vision, you have to see it through, right? Once you get the vision, it gives you the blueprint. But you have to come out of solitude and actually do it. And you know, sometimes those spare the moment things where you're just like, fuck it, I'm just going to go out for a second. And you've been thinking about it all day, but you just haven't wanted to. And then it's like the green light goes off in your head and you're like, okay, now I can go to the store. Okay, now I can go to the bank. Okay, now I can go do my groceries. Okay, now I got nothing going on. I can go and do this. I think that's the channeling part that they're trying to get you to connect with, because it will be one of those spare of the moments where suddenly, okay, now they know that this other person is coming down that exact road and they are planning on stopping at the convenience store that you just planned on walking to 2 seconds ago because they know this person's on their way. It's like something like that, like something that it can still get fucked up. All of a sudden, this person can decide that they don't want to turn at the very last second and they keep going home. That's the thing. It's like so many connections get fucked with because at the last second, somebody bitches out and they cop out and they don't do what they say they're going to do, or they don't do the thing that they visualize them doing all day. And then it throws people off. Let me tell you, when people let that fear set in and then they don't do it. Right? So I feel like in this thing, it's like Capricorn is aligning, but they have to come out of hiding in order to get what they need to get. Aquarius. Hope everyone's having a good New Year's. New Year's, rah, rah, rah. New Year's, rah, rah, rah. Here we go. Aquarius. It's coming in for Aqua this New Year's. Choices with the Warrior, honesty and loyalty. Okay, so first message I get right away is for Aquarius, is that somebody might be getting some choices coming up. Okay, they might be getting a couple of offers that they don't see coming because they're just not really looking for it, I don't think, right? You know, when you're not looking for something, you find it. I think that's what this kind of is, right? So I feel like somebody has been busting ass, okay? Busting ass, kicking ass, taking names kind of thing, okay? And that's where these choices come in. Okay, and that's where this, it's almost like, I feel like maybe something could be coming in where it's maybe like you either can choose to do the right thing or you can choose to do the wrong thing. And we've got honesty here. And honesty makes it seem like, to me, you're going to do the right thing, okay? And you're going to be loyal. So I don't know if maybe something's coming up and you get another job offer, or you get an opportunity to leave a lover or cheat, or open up the door to something else, and you don't. You choose the loyalty. So I feel like maybe Aqua is something, your loyalty is being tested right now, because somebody might think that you have a lot of choices, and they don't realize that they're the only choice really that you want. But if they're just going to put all these choices in front of you, then you're going to look at them, right? And everybody should. That's the thing, is like, especially if a new contract is coming or something, or somebody wants to offer you a new job or something like that, make sure you've got all your I's dotted and your T's crossed. Make sure that people are giving you the respect that you deserve, right? Because if you're super honest in what you do, right, and you're a fighter, which means you'll fight for a company, or you'll fight for a right, or you'll fight for the next movement that you're a part of because you're a fighter, right? Then your loyalty is kind of coming into play here. I don't know how it's going to be tested, but I do feel like as long as you have your honesty intact, because sometimes things can look really bad. But as long as you're honest about it and you're like, yeah, okay, I get that it looks really bad, but I don't care. Because if you're not going to trust that I'm telling you the truth, then I don't really want to be around you. And like my sister and I were talking about that last night. We were like, honestly, we don't trust people who don't trust us. Because we are like some of the most loyal people that I've ever come in contact with. And I don't trust people who don't like me or don't trust me, especially if they've gotten time to get to know me and they still think that I'm some type of monster. Then I don't trust what frequency they are on, because if they think that I'm a monster, that's kind of fucked up. You know what I mean? Like, because I'm the farthest thing from being a monster. I don't hang out with monsters. I don't go around monsters, and I'm sure as fuck not a monster. So when people don't trust me or people don't like me, it makes me think like, all right, well, what are you doing then? Not saying that everybody should like me, but they also shouldn't hate you, right? If you haven't done anything, then people shouldn't automatically hate you, right? And then to make you jump through hoops to prove what exactly, right? So I'm kind of feeling like someone's loyalty here might be coming into play really soon, and you make the right choice because you're a fighter. And because you're a fighter, you choose to fight something out because you're in honesty mode, which means you're not lying about anything, right? And if you're not lying about anything, then you can fight for it, because it's hard to fight for things when you're full of shit, obviously, right? I think somebody's got like no hope in a situation, and maybe they feel like there's no hope because they don't understand how much of a commodity they are. Okay. They don't understand. Somebody might feel trapped with something. And because they're feeling trapped, they don't feel any hope with it, because they think that maybe they're being used in some way. And honestly, everybody wants to quit their jobs on a daily basis. And that's what I've realized, right? Everybody's not happy. Nobody wants to do what they're doing. And if they do, they are super fucking lucky. Okay. But for the most part, people do not like their jobs. They don't like their bosses. They want to quit. They don't want to go to work. They feel bullied in some way. They feel taken advantage in some way. And it's because the majority of us are being taken advantage of. And we are being used and abused in these little tiny fucking positions that don't need us whatsoever. But we can't not do it because we need an income, right? There's a lot of abuse going around. And I feel like maybe somebody feels trapped in something, and they're soon going to realize that loving yourself gets you out of this trap. Because, like I said, everybody's got to go to work, right? But it's how you do it. It's how you survive things, right? That's what gives you the present at the end, is survival, is surviving it, basically, right? And opening the door to this nightmare that clearly it's almost like someone's forbidden from knowing their own self-worth, right? So they're hoping for love to come in and save their self-worth, and that's not how it works, right? They just have to open up the door and notice, like, okay, I have been loyal, and sometimes things just don't come out properly, and sometimes things just look really bad, and I understand that, and I'm going to duck it out, because this is that one case scenario that looks really bad, but honestly, I'm telling you the truth, right? That's what I'm getting, is like there could be a situation coming up where it looks really bad, but you told the truth and you continue to tell the truth. And as long as you tell the truth, what can they do? I mean, it's you versus them. That doesn't even work in a court system, right? You need evidence. If you don't want to believe me, that's fine, but where's your fucking evidence to the contrary, to not believe me? Right? Just because your little thick-headed mind is going to try to tell yourself that someone's lying to you doesn't necessarily mean they are. Like saying like whoever's going to think that you're fucking around, right? Yeah, denial. I think somebody, honestly, what's that? Message, yeah. I think somebody is getting the wrong message from you. Okay, they're in denial about who you are in general, and they're going to get a wake-up call really soon, because I think somebody around you might be trying to sabotage you in some way, not knowing how loyal you really are and how honest you really are, and that you'll just say it straight, whereas they're trying to make up lies and tell stories. Well, you'll just tell it straight because you're honest as a fucking candle. You know? I don't know, man. Some really fucked up messages coming through right now. Yeah, coming through the earth. Look at this card was left on the stand. Like, look at that. Look at that guy. I always forget his name. It's that long devil name. I don't need to say it. That's the thing. Sometimes by giving things names, you give it a soul. I actually think I'm going to watch The Exorcist today. It's my sister's favorite movie. I'm getting it in my head now, all of a sudden, The Exorcist. I wanted to watch it the other day. I'm supposed to go to a Christmas party tonight, but I don't think I'm going. I had such an awful day at work yesterday. I really just don't think I want to go party with a bunch of people that made my life a living hell yesterday. For no reason. For no reason. I just remembered some of my dreams last night from looking at this card in reverse. All right, last message. Pisces, here we go. I'm getting Billy Talent in my head. Try honesty. Since that Aquarius reading, try honesty. Like somebody who's not getting the right impression from whatever this Aquarius is I'm picking up, they are so full of shit themselves that they can't read people properly. So they're picking up the wrong energy about you. And then they're trying to hurt you with that energy somehow and trap you somehow. Like, who the fuck's this person's in there? Honestly. Okay, last message, Pisces. Is I think I think somebody is forbidden to talk to you. Okay. I think they are, they're on that side where it's like, if you don't call them, they're not going to call you. If you don't say anything to them, they're not going to say anything to you. Okay. That kind of energy. Okay. I think you are going to be getting a call from, okay? There's the call. Okay. And I want to say, honestly, this call might scare the shit out of you. Okay. It might shock you because I think somebody, or maybe you make a call and you shock somebody. Like, I feel like somebody knows that they've been manipulated in some way. We've got Rosemary's Baby here. I feel like somebody's been manipulated, okay? And they've been manipulated into believing that they had to do a job for somebody. And it actually was a lie. They weren't supposed to do it. Okay. And it was such a lie, in fact, that I feel like somebody worked so hard. Like they thought it was such the position for them that they worked extra hard, right, just to show how much they appreciated something that really wasn't even supposed to be theirs to begin with. There was some type of path that this energy crossed or you crossed that you were never supposed to be a part of. This was like a if everything goes wrong scenario, you'd end up there. That's what I'm getting. Everything went wrong and you ended up there. Okay. And it was so wrong that you made it seem like you weren't supposed to be there. Like you weren't allowed to be there. It was so wrong. But it's not that you're not supposed to be there or you're not supposed to be a part of it. It's that that position was never supposed to be around you to begin with. Therefore, you were never supposed to cross paths with it. Therefore, working overtime to maintain it is even more full of shit. Okay, so I feel like somebody, it's like you've been forbidden maybe to find out about this, and this is the call that like you're gonna all of a sudden kind of realize like, wait a second, I wasn't supposed to be doing that this whole time. No, right? It's somebody. I feel like somebody put a job title into your job, and you've been doing it this whole time, and you didn't know that it wasn't part of the job. It's like kind of like that. I'm getting greasy. This is really greasy. Like this is somebody who somehow manipulated you into believing something and then you did it. And this whole time you've been doing it, it's been hurting you. Right? So not only were you not supposed to be doing it, but you're getting hurt in the meantime as well for doing something that you were never even supposed to be. Oh my God. Like, whoa. It's like so many people are controlled by something and they act out according to being controlled in that manner. And I really feel like somebody has either had permission of you or had duties over you or has done something to you. And it's been a mass manipulation. That's all it's been. It's like, get the new person to do this. It's like hazing. But no hazing is fun. No hazing was in good nature. It was designed to humiliate people, not to help them. Okay, so now we've got Hellraiser here with animal instincts. So I feel like, yeah, like something has definitely been hidden from you. Okay, and it was so then you would experience the worst situations possible. Wow. And now it's like you're going back to your animal instincts where you're like, okay, well, my intuition is telling me that this is wrong. And once your intuition tells you and gets that like, yeah, there's something wrong here, and you start to kind of investigate it, that's where you're going to realize like I said, you could be calling somebody and being like, hey, by the way, this is employee 1457889. You've broken codes 003 and 0012 on numerous occasions, and I'm going to be starting an investigation on you. Right? It's like actually, you know what? This is kind of weird because there is this bar in my town, and rumor has it that this guy has, I mean, you're allowed to serve alcohol 1 year before you consume it. You can consume it here. You're not allowed to mix it, but you are allowed to deliver it to the table. Okay, or deliver it to the patron or guest or whatever. So apparently this bar that's really well known in my little fucking shitty town, all right, it's been there for at least 10 years, 15 years, is getting shut down for serving underagers after hours. And the reason why I know this was because somebody who was there with these little underagers was consuming alcohol after hours with them as well. And apparently the cops have gotten involved now and are shutting them down. And this guy was like, do you know how long it has taken me to get this guy arrested for what he's been doing? And I'm like, what do you mean? He's like, this guy has always served underagers after hours. It just, and I'm like, I've known him for fucking years. I was embarrassed for them. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, this guy's been doing this the whole time. And we lived in a college town. You know how many 19-year-olds around? Just jump up in age, you fucking idiot. Why are you hiring 18-year-olds and then getting your own bar shut down? How dumb are you? That's the word on the streets. I tried to verify it with 2 other people, and they don't know for sure. But this one guy said he knew. And you know, sometimes those people say that they know, like, for sure what's going on, and they don't, right? They just heard through the grapevine, and that entire message has been broken, and it's not the truth at all, right? Again, I'm getting Billy Talent, try honesty. I really don't know if this guy's telling the truth or not, but I do know that the guy who he's talking about and the establishment he's talking about has had shady activity going on there for the entire time it's been opened. So you want to call a spade, you can probably fucking go ahead with this place, right? So I do feel like it's like that. I feel like it's like they're like someone's going to get shot, the shock call, when they get called out for everything they've been doing, right? Because if you want to do illegal activity, trust me, people are paying attention. They're paying attention probably more than you even fucking think they're paying attention. Like, my fucking job violates fucking basic human rights all the time. And no one says anything. Nobody does anything. They break labor laws. They break fucking code laws. They break employee laws. And no one's saying anything, right? Because they're not on the radar. But if somebody were to start speaking and somebody were to start saying something, it wouldn't take long for the city to get word, because it's such a small town. So you do have to be really careful when you're out there. And if you want to run a business or if you want to be a boss, you really have to be careful. You've got to make sure that you're not breaking the law, that you're not getting people to work longer than they're supposed to, getting past their 8-hour days, not clocking them in for overtime, or letting them bank their hours when they're not supposed to be. Like any employee can go wrong, especially if you've got like your own business or something like that, and you're letting an employee do something that's against the law, but because you guys are really cool, it's okay. Never trust anybody. I just want to say that. Okay. And the thing is fool me once. Yeah, shame on you, but fool me twice. You put that shame on yourself, my friend, because you just watched it happen and you let it happen again, thinking that the outcome was going to be different when you know the odds are most likely against you. Right. So I do feel like somebody's been definitely forbidden to do something and they've been doing it anyways. And you know what you say, keep it up, because we love those cameras. We love those CCTV cameras. Keep it up, you idiots. Hope you do it on camera. Better evidence. My God, I love reading tarot so much. There is your 12-month forecast, my friends. All 12 signs have officially been done. There are some people older to the chat now. If you want to rewind, we started with Aries, ended with Pisces. All of them are done. There are some fucked up messages in this reading, I'm not going to lie. But it's good, you know, like it means that, like, last night, I basically didn't sleep all night. Like, I conked out for like maybe 3 hours, and then I was awake the entire night. Like, I wasn't awake, but I was lucid enough dreaming, and shit was going down last night. Even my sister was like, I don't know what the fuck happened in my dreams last night. I'm like, I know, man. Like, I had harsh dreams, like almost to the point where I didn't want to remember them in the morning. Like, I was awake for hours in different dimensions, going through this and simulation of this and simulation. It was so fucked. Like, that's why I remember something last night, because usually I'm in my hometown when I'm sleeping. Right? I'm usually always in Oshawa. Honest to God. Like, I'm at the Oshawa Center all the time. There's this fucking mall in Oshawa, and I'm there working. But it doesn't look like the mall does now. It looks like it did in the 90s. It still has the bowling alley, and it still has the theater, and it still has the old mall. It's not the new mall. I don't understand what portal I go in, and this old ass mall from my childhood is the exact same. It's really weird, but last night I was actually in my hometown. walking around, and it was like summertime. It's usually summertime. It's never usually snowing. It's usually always summertime. I was like fucking walking around my town last night. And it's like usually when that happens, I'm looking for a new job. So honestly, I could be getting a new job soon. Like I don't really know what's happening with my work or what's going to happen, like in the new year, and it's a really hard place to work. Like it really it brings me down a lot, and I try to be as happy and as lovely as I can with it, because I really like what I do, and I really love my guests, and I really love the place. And then, you have the worst day of your life and think like, why the fuck am I here? Like, why do I have to be here? Like I can remember my life back in the day being so much easier than this. And then I think, there's this other woman who owns a restaurant, but her restaurant is like over an hour away, and we're almost at Christmas. So I'm like, fuck, like, do I want to drive over an hour and go work for this other lady? Because I know she would hire me because she just loves me. We've got this amazing kind of bond, mother-daughter kind of bond. And I've been thinking about her so much. And I mean, it's such a classy place, and it's kind of a little elegant, and it's a little bit like retro, but it's like all seafood. And, I don't really know what I want to do with my life. I really love for this channeling to take off. And, we got another member in the house, Emily. Her name is Emily. So we've got another member, and I'm really hoping that like my life just does a really great turn, and that I don't have to, go work with alcoholics anymore. It's really hard to work with people who drink. Like the demons that come out of these people, and the rage that comes out of these people at like 3 a.m. and like all I want to do is just go home. Like I don't want to be there. I don't want to be out at 3 or 2 or 1 a.m. Like I'm an old woman. Like I want to be at home. I love my day shift. I want to be working during the day, and I would love to be doing this. Like that's the thing. It's like I really just want to be fucking reading tarot, and then something goes wrong with work, and then it throws me off for a couple days, and then I can't do readings because I feel like I'm being fucking attacked, because I watched this guy at work do a fucking coke deal, and he's been treating me like shit ever since, and he is putting my life in danger now, and he won't help me, and I had to walk to my car at 4 a.m. by myself the other day with like $400 on me, and I don't want to tell my boss because I don't want to be that stupid, whiny, employee that has to go and run and tell their boss everything, but I really also don't want to get stabbed by a bum on my way home. Like, there's still that aspect of it. Like, you've got to keep yourself safe. When you get into these jobs where you could constantly be hurt, you got to ask yourself, like, is $100, $200, $300 worth your life? Like, I'm going to say no, it fucking probably isn't. Those are hooker prices. Like, those hookers die all the time. Like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, I just, like, sometimes life, it throws you in a position where you really don't know what to do. Right. And I really don't know what to do right now. Like my boss is losing it on everybody, and he's angry all the time. And I know bosses get angry. I know people want to quit their job all the time. But like when people start being physically abusive to you and they start to hurt you in a way, that's not work anymore. That's somebody's fucking high school musical. Like, give me a break. Like, I'm fucking almost 40. I don't have time to deal with fucking 21-year-olds who think they've got something to teach me. Like, bitch, I've been homeless. Bitch, I've been through bankruptcy. I've lost my family. I've been on my own since I was 20. Like, what do you think I need to fucking learn from you and your little fucking iPod? Like, honestly, like, you think I need to learn something from you? I think you need to fucking follow me around for a few days and learn a fucking few. Shut your fucking mouth, right? Respect your goddamn elders. That's the thing. There's no fucking respect out there. And I give respect like a motherfucker. You wouldn't even believe how much respect I give people. And the amount of people who just look at me and scoff at me, and I go like, I didn't even need to say hello to you. I didn't need to be nice to you. I didn't even need to fucking bring you a drink, man. I could have just told you to fucking leave, because apparently that's what I'm supposed to be doing from now on, is just telling assholes to leave if I don't want them around, or calling 911. Like, and I'm just like, man, sometimes like I'm not going to call 911 to deal with a drunk guy. Like, why should I even have to deal with that? Is there not managers? Is there nobody that can help? Like, I drowned yesterday and my boss was right there. He did nothing. I had 3 employees watching me. I had this guy almost spit in my face and nobody helped me. Nobody did everything. Like I was so let down by people. And then I got in trouble at the end. And I'm thinking like, how do you get somebody in trouble when I just drowned in front of all of you and nobody looked up? Nobody tried to help me, but you're going to get me in trouble? when there were people around that could have helped and we all could have been fine, but you got to watch somebody sink. You know, I feel like people, they just want to watch you sink, man. They want to watch you hurt because you're a little bit lighter than the rest, or you're not like everybody else. You're not pissed off today, right? And they want to judge you, and they don't realize that it's work. We're here to work. We're getting paid. Put your personal shit aside and fucking get to work. Right? Like, oh my God, these people. And like, there are no jobs out there. So fucking good luck trying to find a goddamn job. You got to have your shit lined up before you do something like that. And then you got to be like, okay, well, is it worth it? Because I'm already bending it over and taking it up the ass at this place. If I go somewhere else, then it's going to be a whole new dick up there. So then God knows who's going to be fucking me from behind on that place. Like, so there's just going to be new headaches somewhere else. So you've got to like pick and choose your battles basically on like where you want to go with this life. And like, I feel like this 2024 is going to hit people on being like, I don't really want to fucking be here anymore. I really don't want to do this anymore. Why are we acting it out? Why are we, you know, trying to fucking fake something that's so eloquently destroyed? Right? Like, I do feel like a lot of things are going to change, and like people are going to get rude awakenings, and I hope they fucking do. Like, I've had a rude awakening since I was born. And these little entitled assholes have had no rude awakenings. They break rules and then they get special privileges and just get let back to work early. Oh, well, you know, they said they're sorry. Oh, but if I would have done that, I would have got fired. Like, again, it's like trying to figure out, like, you know, how everybody else can break the rules, but then you go all of a sudden to do something and then you get in shit. And that happens everywhere I go. I learn the rules and then the rules change because I learned them. And I get fired instantly. It fucking pisses me off. Like, I mean, this is such a fucking, we're in such a fragile state as it is already in this shithole that like to be tested every day by something that you don't even really fucking need is even worse. Like, I didn't have kids, so I didn't have a headache. You know, I didn't get fucking married, so I wasn't living a lie. And now I've got to go through bullshit every day because of fucking alcoholics and, you know, people don't want to do their jobs. Like, you know, if it's not one thing, it's another thing. And like, you're allowed to talk about your life. You're allowed to bitch about your life. You're allowed to complain about your boss. You're allowed to fucking threaten your fucking position. You're allowed to do whatever the fuck you want. This is your life. Don't let people tell you that you're not. You got to realize what, you know, where your energy is needed and where it's not needed. And if you're overworking yourself or if your boss is overworking you, like I was talking to this one guy who he was like less than 24 hours away just walking out on this place. And then he sat down with his boss and he kept telling him like, listen, I'm sick. You're overworking me. I can't do this. And then they fucking cut his shifts down from 10 hours to 8 hours. And now he gets a full day off and a half. And like, because he stood up for himself. Like, you think you're going to stand up for yourself that you're going to get fired. And then other times when you don't stand up for yourself, then you do get fired because then you end up letting people walk all over you and you lose your shit. Right? Like, I don't want to lose my shit. I've served for 20 fucking years. You know what I mean? Like, there's ups and downs about it everywhere, but there's also tons of places to work. So why bend over and take it up the ass one place when you know that you can go somewhere else and actually be appreciated? And then feeling like you can't be appreciated because there's not going to be anything else out there for you is ridiculous. You don't deserve to be abused and think that there's nothing else out there for you. Of course there is, but it's really hard to, like, you know, find the stamina to go and do it. Right? Like, when you know you're getting abused, you just kind of like stay in the abusive situation because what the fuck else are you going to do? You just go out there and get abused by somebody else. Like, I tell you, man, these last few years have not been what I expected life to be. Not that I had any expectations on life whatsoever, but I really didn't fucking think they were going to turn out like this. And I really didn't think that it was only going to get worse. Like, I thought once you reached rock bottom, you got up from there. I didn't know that there was like 3 more rock bottoms that you can hit. Oh yeah, and then 1 more. And then you get trapped down there. Like, nobody told me about that shit. You know, I wasn't warned. I didn't have parents who loved me. I didn't have parents who supported me and that told me, you know, once you hit rock bottom, we'll help you get out. My parents were like, oh, hit rock bottom. Okay, well, now we're going to throw dirt on you just so then you know how heavy it really is and what life can really do to you. That's what my parents did. Oh, you think you know what life can do? Okay, well, I'm going to make it a little worse for you because I think you're just going to burst your little bubble. Like, honestly, the world owes you nothing, and don't think that it does. Even when you try to bust your ass every day and be the best employee you can, you still get yelled at and get accused of doing things that have fucking nothing to do with you. Because your boss doesn't want to come upstairs and help you. Because he's pissed off it's Christmas. Like, grow the fuck up. Honestly, grow the fuck up. If I acted like that, I would never get any tips. I wouldn't make it anywhere. But these little fucking entitled assholes are just sitting around like, oh, life's not good enough for me. Oh, life's not good enough for me. Fuck off. Honestly, do you even know what having a bad day is like? Or did you stub your toe today? Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry the day didn't end up the way you wanted it to.
Ah, you got it, Heather. Is it only you writing? You're the best. Yeah, the soaked in sweat thing. Oof. There probably is atmosphere shifts. Are you kidding? I felt an entire fucking shift last night. I felt Korea had like the biggest, was it Korea? The biggest fucking earthquake ever? Like something shifted last night. Okay, we cannot deny that. The entire world shook last night. And I am so glad I was in bed by 10:05. I was in bed. I think I woke up like almost exactly at midnight, and then I was awake for the rest of the night, but fuck that. I did not want to be out there in that energy. Are you kidding? That is god awful. Fuck that shit. There is a lot of stuff happening right now. Like a lot of stuff. And that's why it's like, don't put all your eggs in one basket just yet. Because like, you could drop that basket and lose all your eggs because the world just shook, right? Like, just be careful. I'm just going to stay home for a couple of days and let the world shake. And I'm just going to stay here, which is why I don't think I'm going to my Christmas party tonight, because I don't really think I actually trust anybody that I work with. Like, this is the absolute worst time to have a Christmas party. Who the fuck has a Christmas party on January 1st? Like, people are still angry. They still haven't gotten their paycheck. Like, who the fuck wants to go out and party right now? Like, I'm like hiding. I don't want to go anywhere. Are you fucking kidding me? What does that even mean? What were those bubbles? Well, that's creepy. Last night, eh? Ooh! Weird. Fucking Stone, like a fucking full blackout phone restart. I was saying that's got to be fucking meant to be. Like, these were really, really messed up readings today. Like, anybody that's here, take a look. Rewind. Watch some of these readings coming in. Because the whole fucking valley just shook. Okay. There are announcements coming in. There are rejections coming in. There are new chapters coming in. There are new people coming in, and yet old people coming back. Energy restoring. And I want to see like quantum energy shifting. Like, and I don't know if it's for the good or for the bad. Honestly, I don't know. I don't know anything anymore. I thought I knew a lot of things yesterday, and I woke up this morning and I was like, I thought my sister and I were going to die in a bombing last night. I saw our house exploding like a gas leak. That's what I saw in my third eye last night. I did not think my sister and I were going to wake up this morning. It was fucked up. Like, my schizophrenia was off the fucking handle last night. I couldn't get a grip on it. There was something yelling at me in my room, calling me a fucking loser and telling me to tell on everybody at work and quit my job. And I was like, no, I don't do that. No. I walked off too many jobs to know that, like, I don't really think I need to walk off. And I pretty much walked off yesterday, to be honest. I just left and didn't finish my job. Sometimes you just got to walk off the job. I don't really care. You got to do what's right for you sometimes, you know, like you got to take a mental check to be like, okay, I got to leave. There were people there, you know, everything was fine. I didn't have to be there. I had a little bit of work left to do, but I said, fuck it. There's two people there. They can do it. I'm done. I'm out. I'm over it. I'm like officially had like almost an anxiety attack last night. While everybody was just watching me. You should have saw these two men. Oh my God. Two of my favorite customers, okay, one was on one side of the bar, the other one was on the other side of the bar. And because this one guy at my work won't talk to me because I watched him do a Coke deal at work and now he hates me and he won't talk to me and he thinks I'm trying to sabotage him when really I just want to work. He was there last night and he won't talk to me now. He won't look at me. He won't speak to me. He won't communicate with me in any way, which is the most abusive fucking atmosphere to be in, is when somebody purposely won't look at you or talk to you because they're angry with you, right? And so these guys, oh my God, man, we were having such a good time before this guy walked in and we were going to do a shift change off, to the point where they both looked at me and went, "I'm sorry." And I went, "Yeah, so am I." Like, because what they watched me go through with these two people last night. Like, I was bullied beyond. I actually couldn't believe what happened at work last night. I couldn't believe it. Even my sister couldn't believe it. She pulled up to pick me up and I was in hysterics. I was like, I have to get out of here. Like, now I need to go. Like, I can't be anywhere near this place. I'm going to do something that I'm going to regret because this motherfucker is going to get a piece of my mind and I'm never coming back. Like for some reason, you know, those people at jobs that have, you know, been there longer than you, that somehow just crawled up the owner's ass, you know, and made a nice little home in that rectum, right? Like, there's nothing you can do, you know, like you can't say anything about them. You can't do anything about them. They are up that boss's ass. And so shall it be. You know, they could steal right in front of the cameras and that boss will make up some type of fucking excuse as to why they're there. You know, like it's I'm not saying that's what's happening at my work by any means, but you know, those people, you know, those specific people, right, that they're the Dwights, you know, of the Michael Scotts. Like, they will just do whatever they can to make sure that they're up that boss's ass. And like, I'm not one to act like that, man. I think my work should show how much I appreciate somewhere, not my ability to kiss my boss's ass. I know for a fact, if I try to kiss my boss's ass, he actually doesn't like it. He does not like it at all. He's not an ass kisser. He does not like, but at the same time, then he gets angry and people feel like he's, you know, getting walked all over, but he doesn't like you asking too many questions. He doesn't like you being a Poindexter. He actually doesn't like that kind of energy. But at the same time, he lets a lot of things, it's really weird. He lets some things go that I would think are the biggest deal and other things not go that I wouldn't care about. Right? Like the things that I care about, he doesn't seem to care about. And then all of a sudden I'll care about something and then he's like, well, that doesn't really matter. And I'm like, what? Like, how could you know the differences between people? It's so funny. Like, how one person can feel one way, another person can feel another way, and how you can feel like completely butchered by people that you work with. And then the next day you're like, I don't think that was that bad, you know, because it wasn't as bad as like what it came out to be. I don't like being accused of something I'm not doing. Like, and I kind of got accused of doing something and I was like, how dare you? That is not what I am doing here. Like, how dare you just automatically assume, you fucking prick? Like, you can't just think to maybe ask me? Just ask me. Like, hey, how was that? You know many people, honestly, that come into my work, especially in the last couple of weeks, that are like on borderline drunk. And then they have, you know this consciously, right? When you're like borderline buzz and then you get drunk, right? A lot of people in the last couple of weeks, because of the holidays, have been coming in like that. Like, I've served them 2 or 3 drinks, you know, like last night, one drink. And I asked 2 other people, I was like, listen, is this guy drunk? And they're like, one guy was like, this guy's actually really friendly. And I'm like, okay, is it just kind of like, because I'm a stoner, man. Like, I'm fucking uber happy. People think I'm drunk all the time. And I'm like, I don't drink. That's hilarious. I'm just naturally like this. So I naturally think that people are like me too. Sorry. Maybe I'm in the wrong fucking industry now. I don't really know. Okay. And I was trying to figure this guy out. He was drinking Guinness. Okay. So I was like, okay. So for one, that 1 pint of Guinness should not get you drunk. Okay, for one. And second, I thought I was okay, you know, that 1 second. And of course I wasn't. Right. And then I thought that somebody was going to help me do and get the job done. And then he just decides he's going to hurt me because he's still angry with me. Right. So you think that all of a sudden people are going to help you because it's work related and it's professional and that's what they should be doing. And then they act like children and they purposely try to hurt you. And then your boss finds out about it and nails you to the cross. And you're like, that's not what happened at all. But you don't want to explain it to your boss because your boss is being a prick at the moment and doesn't want to listen to anybody. right? So it's like, you know, like I get it. People are people. They're human. They get overwhelmed. They've got their own life going on. And unfortunately, people just can't leave their shit at home. They have to bring it into the office. They have to bring it in with everybody else. They got to take it out on people that don't deserve it. Like he's angry. My boss is angry with somebody right now and he's taking it out on everybody. Instead of just being a better manager and being there and being on people, he's just barking at people. And that's kind of the worst thing to do, you know, where you're just like, why can't you just speak to people? Why can't you just be an adult? If someone's pissing you off, then you have a meeting with them. You talk to them about it. You don't address the entire fucking staff on what one person's doing. That's called passive aggressive, right? Like you're passively aggressiving, you know, everything else to everybody because you won't just address one person. Right? That's like kind of the opposite of being productive. That's being counterproductive because now you've got all these other people worried about something that one person's doing when nobody else would do it. Right? It's kind of like backwards. I mean, but I don't manage and I don't run a restaurant. There's a fucking reason for that. Right? I don't want to be in charge. Why would I want to be in charge? All right? Not of a bunch of drunk people or 17-year-olds. Not if you're not going to let me do it my way. Because my way is going to be fucking strict. I'm sorry, but leave your fucking phone in your purse. Do something. Get to work. Do your fucking job. I almost feel like sometimes, honestly, the more work I do at work, the less shifts I get. Like, honestly. Like, I don't know. Like, and then my boss will just, like, fuck with somebody else at work. And then she was like, are we in trouble or something? And I'm like, I don't know. I feel like my boss is PMSing or something and just taking passive aggressive energy out on the staff because he's like, what, not getting laid or, you know, something happening at his house, or is he just pissed off still at this one employee who won't get over it? Like, I'm just so like, I have multiple jobs, by the way. I should also tell people that I don't just work at one place. I actually work at 2 different places and then I do this job. So it's really funny that like I actually can talk about work because nobody really knows what work I'm talking about. It might seem like the most obvious one, but it actually isn't. So, you know, there's shit happening at both jobs. Like there isn't just a normal day in my life. There's something happening everywhere. One of my bosses is really like heroinely happy, which is awesome. You know, it's nice to deal with the bosses that are get like euphoric at Christmas. Right? They just give you $1 million and be like, here, buy yourself the world. And then you have those other bosses that hate Christmas that are like, fuck you all, I'm going home. And you're like, you know, it seems to be one or the other. Like, honestly, I just don't. Oh, and then you just think to yourself, what can I possibly be doing that would be so much better than this right now? And there are other things you could be doing, like for reals. So anyways, I'm super sorry that I missed the live yesterday, but like I said, I got really thrown off track yesterday by somebody really, really fucking, I got bullied. Like I'm massively getting bullied. You know what? It's always funny. Like you always think the loudest, most aggressive people are the bullies, but we're not actually. We're the ones that get bullied. Like I've been bullied by a few people at this one job, and I don't really care because I'm just so much above it that I don't see it as bullying. I see it as just the way people are now. It's just brutal. Because unfortunately that's life. So anyways, fucking crazy reading. Like I want to say this was a crazy reading. There's a lot of really pent up aggressive energy going on right now. Like, and I can feel it. And all I want to say is it's like, you know what I just saw? When a plane's going down and the pilot tells you to tuck your fucking head between your legs, like that's what I feel like is happening right now. Like I feel like we're like the plane is going down and like we don't know if we're gonna survive or not. Like that's how I feel. Like I feel like a plane is going down. And I just hope and pray that we all make it. Like it's a very, like, it is not a good feeling. I cannot say right now that I am in a good frame of mind. Like, I feel like something great is on the horizon. I feel like something awful is on the horizon. I feel like life-altering, shattering things are on the horizon, not good things, right? So, like, I mean, let's just hope that it's just my schizophrenia going off and nothing bad is going to happen and that we're going to be fine. But I can't tell you for sure. I mean, you watch this channel for a reason. I'm not really a conspiracy theorist, but I kind of feel like there's a few conspiracies that might be happening. And it's terrifying. So, live each day like it is your last. Because, like I said, I didn't even know my sister and I were going to wake up today. I had the worst premonition last night. So, maybe it did happen to somebody. I don't know. But it didn't happen to us. And I can't even say thank God, because I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. I don't know if I should have been bombed last night and this is all supposed to be over with by today and this reading was never supposed to come out. I don't know. I can't always just say that exactly what comes out of the reading is exactly what's going to happen. That is not the way this world works. There are things I've been massively wrong on. But I have to say, when I got my cards out, it really, I haven't had a wrong reading. I've had people who don't want to admit what their energy is in the reading, but I've never had a legit bad reading. I can't say my cards have ever lied to me, and I've done multiple tests. So go fucking figure. I don't know. I can't get that Billy Talent song out of my head. My landlord's brother is Billy Talent's landlord. I was choked on my smoke. He rents out part of his mansion in Toronto. That little fucker is coming up in my head right now. I don't know why. Try honesty. You know what? That's the thing, is maybe some people should be trying honesty, because being honest is the best thing you could possibly do. Why lie? Who the fuck lies? So many people lie. And because I'm a person who tells the truth, I don't know when liars are around, because I'm thinking that people are telling the truth. And they're not. They're full of shit. I don't know. There's all these weird Simpsons fucking premonitions and stuff coming up too, for 2024. And their predictions are usually right. I don't know how the heck they do it. I haven't watched The Simpsons for years and years. Probably 20 years since I've watched The Simpsons. I can't even believe they're still on. But, yeah, their 2024 predictions are out of this world. And it's kind of a little bit of, what I saw in my dreams last night. Israel's the least of our worries. Okay, that's all I've got to say. I don't really like talking about conspiracy theories because, like I said, anything could happen, anything could happen, literally. And we'd never be able to predict it. I don't want to predict stuff like that. That's not what I want to do. I don't even like talking about weather systems. I don't like talking about storms. I don't like talking about any of that. I just like talking about previous energy that has to be dealt with now. That's what I like to deal with, not the future. I don't really like future premies. You realize I really don't actually premonition too many fucking things that happen in the future. I just talk about energy and what energy is coming forward. I don't really talk about fucking premies. I don't really do premonitions. That's not something I like doing. Because life can change, and then that person holds you onto that premonition is but you said this is going to happen. This is going to happen. Yeah, but I also fucking thought that you were going to quit your job 3 months ago and you didn't, which then threw off this entire fucking reading. People are full of shit and they try to get a reading, then their entire prediction is going to be full of shit. People don't understand. I did this one reading for my cousin this one time, and we were doing it in my other cousin's tattoo shop. Oh my God, it was so funny. We just did it, went into the back rooms. And then everyone was like, I want a tarot reading. I want a tarot reading. And my cousin, my poor sweet little cousin, had to admit that she was doing drugs because it came up in the reading. I was like, I'm just going to address the elephant in the room, which is this right here. Are you happen to be consuming illegal narcotics? And she was like, yeah, big time. She's a grown-ass woman. She knew, she was 22 years old or something like that, but she had to, admit a lot of things. And that's what got the reading going, right? My cousin, which is her mom, was full of shit during her reading until I said one thing about her mother. And then she dropped the whole persona of being super cool and was like, yeah, my mom's a problem. And I was like, okay, so now you're going to talk to me. Now are you going to open up? Now are you going to really say what you need to say? Right? Because so many people, they hold back on things, and if they hold back, then their entire prediction is wrong, because I see them as being able to start something and do something that they never see coming. Right? So tarot is fucked. Don't listen to every reader, because not every reader is going to pick up your energy. Like, your energy is going to be hard to pick up, and like, it's not always going to be like super awesome. And only getting super awesome readings just is to show you that that reader's full of shit, because 90% of what is being said over the internet is full of shit. Like, you really got to understand, people are lying to you left, right, and center. Like, this is not a good time. It is not going to end a good time. So enjoy it now before the great big change, right? Like, if they would have told you that COVID was coming, you know, you probably would have fucking partied for 6 months before then, right? Before everything was going to get shut down. But you didn't know everything was going to get shut down, right? So I feel like now it's like, I'm almost getting this like, live it up, man, because not saying everyone's dying or anything like that, but it's just, we don't know what's going to happen. We don't know if all of a sudden everything's going to get shut down again, or if they're going to take our resources away from us and our jobs away from us again and tell us to stay home. Like, we don't know, right? You can't say that they're not going to do it again, because they already did it once, twice, 3 times, right? So like, saying that they can't do something when they can is ridiculous. So I feel like, just like, yeah, take it in strides, because this year could be a lot of changes for really bad. And there could be a lot of, there obviously is going to be a lot of changes for good. And don't concentrate on the ones that are bad, but just know that the ones that are bad, the things that are good that come, are to compensate for that shittiness. So anyways, we're going to end this. It was a good little chat at the end there. Welcome to the high life. This is my new t-shirt. I bought it for somebody and then they pissed me off, so I decided to keep it for myself. It's a 2X. I'm going to have to shrink it. But it's almost the kind of, it's almost the size that I like t-shirts. I slept in it. It's so soft. Oh, man, it's like the best gift I've ever kept for myself. It's a gift that keeps giving, because it says high life. You know, I'm high all the time. And it also says the champagne of beers. And I've been drinking champagne. So it was meant to be. I was meant to take this present from somebody. Peace out. Have a fucking great day. Don't let this reading try to get you down, okay? I'm not trying to get you down. I am one of those people that I tell it how it is. I don't want you thinking that it's going to be just ribbons and bows when it could be awful in this next little while, okay? Like, I don't know. I'm praying for the best, but I'm really thinking it's going to be pretty bad, okay? And like, I'm not talking about, you know, that we're going to die or anything. Yes, I know, right? Oh my God. There you go. See, you're just like my sister. She does all that Pluto shit too. She does all this, like, she's always talking about the planets and how they align, and I'll do something, or something will happen at work, and she'll be like, what time? And then she'll like look it up on her phone to see like what happened at that exact time with a planet. She'll be like, oh my God, well, Saturn just went direct, so no wonder that happened at your work. And I'm like, what are you talking about? I look at her like she's Chinese. Like, I have no idea what she's talking about with channels and the planets. I'm trying to get her to start a channel, because let me tell you, her astrological side is huge. So they do tell tarot, like reading the planets and what degrees they're at tells a tarot reading right there. She does it every time. It amazes me she doesn't have a channel. I'm trying to get her on there, but we'll see what happens. Anyways, peace out. Have a good one. Namaste. Thanks for hanging out with me. Peace out, Heather. Thanks for hanging around with me all day. And have a good one, you guys. Happy New Year.